Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on when you come across this beautiful tutorial. Is your girl Emilia, the creative director of Liv Miller Design Hub, and I'm here again to bring you this beautiful episode on how to cut and fix an invisible pocket in an outfit made with inseam finishing, 100% inseam finishing. It's an easy tutorial. It's a request from subscribers. It's going to be straight to the point. Can you see? Invisible pockets, like you can see on the outfit I'm putting on there, is one when you remove your hands from the outfit, like you can see, it will close back on its own. Nobody will know your outfit has a pocket, but in actual sense it does have. So it's going to be a quick one, and I'm going to take you through the process. And of course, the outfit I'm putting on here, the video is directly after this one. I will equally be attaching it on the description box if you want to know how I cut and made this outfit using 1.5 yard of a fabric. Check out the channel. It's very simple, it's very detailed, and you're going to love it. Of course, I made the outfit using 100% inseam finishing. Both the inside and the outside is looking all pretty, all loving, and you're going to like it. Please don't forget to subscribe and give the video a thumbs up while we go into the business of the day. Thank you, guys. This outfit is going to have a pocket, and my pocket is going to start from 2 inches after the waist. It's going to start from 2 inches after the waistline. 2 inches after the waistline, which is 10 inches from my under armhole. Take notes. So guys, this is the outfit we are going to be attaching. I have a tutorial on this channel on how I made this outfit to this stage using 100% inseam finishing. Can you see the inside looking all nice? It's an off-shoulder gown. It's an off-shoulder gown. It's going to be having a strap up here. So if you want to see this tutorial, revert back to the channel. For now, we are going to be talking about an invisible pocket, which is going to be attached to the sides of this outfit. This African print, the material is finished, so I got this blue. Because of this blue I have here, I want to make use of this to cut out my pockets. So for my pocketing, it's serving as my pocketing. The length I want it to have is 12 inches. This is 12 inches. The wideness, let me trim off this rough. This part is looking rough. The wideness I want to work with is 7 inches. You can use 6 inches, 7 inches. Totally dependent on you. I have to put this one into consideration. 7 inches. So this is it, 7 inches by 12 inches. This is 7 inches over here, but this part, this is 7 inches. So there are so many ways to cut out a pocket. You can just place your hand like this, draw out the shape of your hand and work with it as little as this. Can you see? But that's not the one I want. I want this one. It's almost the same thing. Watch out how I'm going to trim out this my 12 by 7. So I'll come here and cover out my hand. This is going to be the base of the pocket. This will be up, my hand will pass here. So when you put things, it's going to be here. Here is the base. I believe we understand. Okay, you can equally do it because here is closed, so that I don't go sewing again. Yeah, to avoid sewing again, let me work with this side. 7 inches, 7 inches, connect the point, curve out my hand, you can actually shape it out any way you want. See, this is one shape, right? Can you see that? This is one shape. See, if I equally do it this way, it's still fine to still come out. The major thing is your base, where you will put things, should have enough space, and this part that your hand will pass should be wide enough to accommodate your hand. I won't go with this one. Let's make use of this one. So let me cut out the one we are going to work with. So this is one we are going to work with, and it's 2 here. Oh shit, it's 2 inside here. This is 2. This 2 is serving for one side. This is 2. I will equally cut it out for the second side. Will this be enough? Yeah, it will be enough. So this is 2 and this is 2. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do while placing them together like this is this. Watch how I make my invisible pocket. At this pointed part, I'll come down by 2 inches. Now this is where my hand is going to pass through. Ideally, if I place my hand like this, if I want to pass my hand, see, let me keep it like this. See my hand? See, this is where my hand stopped. That's tight. Let's measure it. That will be tight. Can you see? 5 inches. But for it to be free, I will make it 6 inches. Can you see? The opening is going to have is like this, so that when I put my hand, I'll still have a little space, like 1/2 inch up here, 1/2 inch down here, and my hand can go in freely up and down. This is actually a standard measurement. Then at these 2, I will notch at least 1/2 inch. At this 6, I will notch at least 1/2 inch. Remember, this part is closed, so I'm going to open it up. Are you seeing? So let me use this to show us. This part is open and should be open. That is where your hand will pass through, and you put your things here. So I'm going to go and sew. We'll sew it together. I'll show you on the sewing machine. We are going to sew for this one like this. The whole of other sides are open. So for this one, I'm going to sew with 1/2 inch right round to here. I will notch, but I'll be sewing it this way on the good side. I'll be sewing it on the good side. That means wrong side facing wrong side. I will sew on the good side. This one is this way. I will equally sew 1/2 inch, 1/2 inch all the way right round. So we are going to go over to the sewing machine and do that. Don't forget, we are sewing it on the right side. on the right side. Because of the way I cut, that is why, you know, we are managing fabric. See, this side is closed here, but this side is closed. It doesn't really matter. I'm managing fabric. Because it's closed here, there will be no need sewing to this down part. Can you see? It's open here, so I'm going to still sew it. You understand? For this part now, this one that is only here that is closed, it means after the notch, I'm going to sew here. After the notch, I'm going to sew here and continue down to here. There will be no need sewing here again because it's already closed. That is what happens when you're managing a fabric. Over to the sewing machine, guys. Like I said, we are sewing on the good side, so I'm flipping it like this, and I'm going to sew using 1/2 inch. You can equally use 1/4 inch. I will repeat the same process for this one. I'm sewing on the good side from the 2 inches. I will equally sew here. So this is it after sewing. Can we see? So after sewing, this is what we have. See where I said my hand will pass through? I will notch. I will notch here. Trim out the excess. I want it to relax. Oh, I didn't catch it well. You can trim, you can notch. After which you iron it out properly. You turn over to the wrong side and iron it out properly. Notch. So to bring it out, don't forget, you can use your scissors, use your screwdriver, anything sharp to push out this edge. Turn out like this, for the both sleeves. Can you see what I'm having? You don't have to make your sleeve to be too big so that you don't go piling up on your outfit. Don't go bulging to be like you're packing something inside. So these measurements I used is the standard measurement. It always comes out neat, fine. Okay. So our next line of action is this. Remember, I was already making these outfits, and as it was coming out so pretty, I felt, it can never be complete without a touch of what? An invisible pocket. So I decided to make this tutorial. I was meant to upload them together, but the tutorial on how to make this simple outfit was becoming too long, which I didn't want. I decided to split it into two, the pocket separately, the outfit separately. Now see, the pocket I showed us earlier when I was drafting this outfit, that the pocket is going to start 2 inches after the waistline. You can start on the waistline 1 inch after, 1 inch, 2 inch, 1.5 inch after, or 2 inches after. Okay, don't make it go down too low. Now don't make it go up too high. When it goes up too high, it will be discomforting to raise. Like if your hand is in your pocket, it will be hanging up. But when you bring it 2 inches below your waistline, put your hands in, your hands will just go in and stretch out comfortably. And during the drafting, I told us 2 inches before the waistline is 10 from the armhole depth, or off by 4, right? Okay, so this is supposed to be it. Yes, this is supposed to be it. Okay, we offed by 4, and my waist is 16. My waist is 16, so this is 16, this is 18. And if you measure it from the, can we see what I'm doing? Sorry. If you measure it from the armhole depth, this is 10. Can you see that? So I'm going with 10. This is where our invisible pocket is going to start from. Do you understand what I mean, start from? Let me show you what I mean. Like this. That's where the hand will pass through. We'll start from here, meaning after these 2 inches, it's going to be placed from here and end 6 inches. That's the opening, is what we are considering here now. This is 6 inches, so it's going to be sewn this way. Can you see that? This is where the opening will be, but that will be done on the inside, not on the good side here. But let me just chalk it here on the good side. When I flip over to the wrong side, I will equally chalk it. I've chalked this side. The second side, I'll chalk 10 inches by 6 inches. Now, because if I had remembered to put this from beginning, I would have done that even before coupling. But because I've gotten to this stage, see what I'm going to do. Remember, the armhole is still open, so I will bring it out from the armhole. Please pay attention. This requires carefulness. I'll bring it out. See, I'm holding here. I'm only bringing out this one. You hold the chalk 10 inches. I'm holding it, see my finger inside on the 12 inches. I brought it out. I'll make a notch. Okay, I'll still pull it out further to get my 6 inches. You have to be careful. You have to be careful. So this is our notch. You are supposed to top stitch on this 10 and measure 6 and top stitch. Let's go over to the sewing machine. Let me show you what I'm trying to say. So this is the point where I notched. That is where our pocketing will be starting from. I'm going to close it. I'll top stitch on it. Watch what I will do. put it inside my machine. Hope you can see. I'll top stitch exactly on the notched area. I'll close it up. I'll reverse my machine like this. Are you seeing what I'm doing? I'm done. I'll remove it. Let me cut off the threads and show us what I'm saying. Can you see? I closed it up. I don't know if you can see that. I closed it up because at the end of the day, 6 inches is going to be opened. Now, from that place, I'm going to measure 6 inches. I'm going to measure for 6 inches from that point, that notched area. 6 inches. Can you see 6 inches? I will notch 6 inches. Then I will equally top stitch on that area, on the 6 inches parts. Hope you can see. Keep your hands as straight as possible. Top stitch as many times as you can. Oh, I need to loosen it. See, it's packed and sewed where it's not supposed to. So I'm going to get my seam ripper. So I've done justice to it using my seam ripper. I've ripped it. I've ripped it off entirely. So I'm now going to run the stitch again on the 6 inches notch. When you place it properly, you stitch. Top stitch as many times as you can. So we are done. Can we see that here is top stitched? Is it clear? And here is top stitched, the 2 notched area. Now I'm going to sew. This is the side going towards the armhole. That is what is facing up. Let me trim this thread. Watch what I'm going to do. Now I'll get one of the pockets like this. This is towards the armhole. This 2 inches, this is the base going towards the hem. Okay, so I'm going to open the outfit like this. This place that I sewed. After attaching these pockets, so that you don't get confused on which thread I'm going to rip, I'm going to rip off in between these 6 inches. I'm going to rip this thread, but that is after I'm done attaching these pockets. Let me trim out these fabrics that are ripped out. If you have a serging machine here at this point, you have to serge this separately. You have a weaving machine, you weave the edge, you weave this edge, you equally weave these parts, though this is optional because it will be on the inside of the outfit. But for this, if you have a weaving machine at this point, weave before attaching. But because I don't have a weaving machine at hand, I'm going to double fold. I'm going to double fold and attach. It's still going to give the same results after all, but weaving is faster. the result is the same if you're careful. So I'm opening up the seam. Can we see that? I'm opening up the 1/2 inch seam I have here. Then I'll bring this one, I'll equally open it up into 2. See how it is, this part is going to be on this one on my machine, this part, and this my left part is going to be on this side of the seam. So what I'm going to do, because I don't have a serging machine, is to fold into 2. I'm folding 1, 2. Can we see that I folded? Let me go again. 1, 2 times. And I have opened it up. I'll place it on the notch, that's on the 10-inch notch. I'm sewing it on this seam, the seam allowance, just immediately after the thread where I joined it earlier. I'll gently pull it to the machine. Let me do it again. Fold 1, 2, place it on the 10-inch notch. Remember, the seam is open. Put it inside your machine and I will sew. Are we seeing? I think I have to change my camera position. I think this position is better. Okay, so the seam allowance is opened into 2. Can you see? I'm sewing on this one, and because I did not serge, I'm folding the edge of the pocketing into 2. Did we see what I did? Okay, let me go again now that I changed my camera position. So this is 10-inch. I want to sew on this one on the machine, this one on my right on the machine, and the one I'm sewing on it is this, my right side of the pocketing. I said I will fold it 1, then 2. I'm trying to hide the rough mouth. Then when I do it like this, I'll place it on that notch of 10 inches. Take it into my machine carefully, and I will start sewing. Don't forget to remove this other side of the pocketing. It's a careful process, especially because we don't have enough seam allowance on this outfit. You know, we are managing the material. It's just 1.5 yard of material that I have left that I'm using for this tutorial. So I'll continue. So I'm done with this one. Can you see at this side we are having 2 threads? the initial thread and the new thread holding the pocketing. So I'll trim off the thread. If you turn it this way, see it? Are you seeing? So the next one we are going to sew on is this side of the pocketing to this side of the seam. I'll turn the outfit like this. From the first one, we started from the up to the base. For this second one, we are starting from the base towards the armhole area, and in the same way I'm going to hold the mouth by folding into two. Okay, then I'll sew from the notched points. I'll sew from the notched points. So I'm done. I'll trim off the threads. Can you see? So this is this side, this is this side. Hope you've seen my tutorial on how to thread this meshing. If you've not seen it, check the description box. I will attach it to the description box. How to professionally thread your industrial machine. Tutorial I will attach to the description box. So we are done with this side of the pocketing. Can you see that? So this is two threads. On every side you are having two threads, the main thread and the thread you use for attaching the pocket, the main thread and the one for the pocketing. Are we there? So when you're done like this, you're going to rip open the main thread. See, the first one is the main one for the seam. See, to show you is the main one. It's continued up and continued down. So you're going to rip it open. Look at where I top stitched at the notched part of 10 inches. So it's immediately after the part where I notched and top stitched, I'll start ripping it open. This is my seam ripper. You know how to use it. There are various ways of using it to rip a garment. This is one of the ways. Instead of using a razor blade and cutting through tearing your fabric, you can just use a seam ripper. There is a faster means of using it, but it's not suitable for what we are doing now. The best method is for us to pick the threads the way I am doing. Please don't forget to give the video a thumbs up. Leave a positive comment on the comment section. Your opinion, your suggestion. Is there any tutorial you want me to do? On the comment section. Subscribe, turn on your notification bell to be the first to know when next I drop a tutorial. And please don't forget to share the video to friends in the fashion industry. Soulmates, I'm gladly waiting for your questions on the comment section, your suggestion, your requests on the comment section. Open the channel, look at my other videos and watch. They are all detailed. So I'm going to rip from one end, from the notched end of 10-inch to the second notched end of 6-inch. Remember the two notches we have. I'm going to rip it open till I get there. Cut off the thread. I'm done ripping. After ripping, I will pull it out from the good side like this. And this side of the pocket is ready. See what we are having. Don't worry, I'm going to show us better. Let's finish attaching them. Then I will take it to the table and show us. But for the now, see what we are having. Neat. Everything is looking neat. On the inside, it is hiding. This is so beautiful. Inseam finishing. So we are going to repeat what we did earlier on this side. Can you see it? This is our notch of 10 inches. Let's reconfirm. Yeah, this is our notch of 10 inches. So I'll put my hand inside, hold the 10 inches. This is it. I'll turn it out. I'll make a notch on the 10 inches. Yep, notched. Then I'll bring it out to make my second notch on the 6 inches. Measure 6 inches and notch. So this is 6 inches over here. Hold it together and notch. The next thing is to top stitch on the notched areas. Top stitch to close it up. As many times as possible. You know, we always like to put our hands in our pockets. If you don't top stitch it properly, your pockets with time will start ripping off. So don't always remember to top stitch strong enough. Good. Cut off the excess threads. So this is it, and we'll fix our pocketing. This is the second pocket. Remember, this should be facing up and this should be facing down. I'll cut off these excesses. So we open up our side seam. We open up our side seam. If it's giving you difficulty, you can take it to the ironing machine and press open to make sure it's laying flat all through the process of sewing. Okay, when you open it up this way, this is what you're having, right? We can see that. Bring up this side is the base, meaning the pocketing will face like this. This will go down. So I'm facing it. When you open it up like this, the one down is the pocketing that is facing you. See, the one down takes the pocketing that is facing you if you place it like this. Now if you place it like this, The one down goes for the one down, this one up goes for the one up. I believe it's clear. Meaning if I carry it up here now, because I want to sew on this one, is this one that I'm going to be sewing to it. I'll fold it into two. 1, 2. Place it on the notched points, on the first notched points. Sew immediately, slightly after the main sewing. Okay, please don't sew on top of this thread, on top of this your first sewing. Just shift out a little on top of this your first sewing. Okay, a little, very little. Try to sew on close, very close to that first stitch, very close to that first stitch, please. Remember, it's an invisible pocket. You sew very close to that first stitch. If I had weaved, I wouldn't be folding into two, and it would have been faster. So if you have a weaving machine, weave before attaching. In that case, you won't have to fold into two. You will just attach it directly. It's not like if I didn't fold it, anything will happen. No, but I just want everything to look neat. If I didn't fold it, it will not even reflect on the good side. It will not reflect on the good side. But I like folding it so that when you turn it inside out, when you turn out the wrong side, it will be looking all neat, both from the good side and the wrong side. So we are done with this side. I'll cut off the thread. Cut off this thread. Can you see we have two stitches? Can you see how close they are to each other, but not on top of each other? Close, not on top. Then I'll turn it this way for the second part. I'll still fold into two. Make sure you're not sewing on top of the other one you sewed earlier. Just watch what I'm doing. I'm being careful. I'm not rushing it. If you rush it, you might end up sewing the part you're not supposed to sew. That will now lead you to start losing and wasting time. So instead of rushing and making mistakes, take it carefully and sew just once. It's always better to sew off once than sewing, making mistake, having to repeat, starting all over again. Yes. Like we did on the other side, we are now having two stitches on both sides. Can we see that? The main stitch and the stitch for the pocketing. Equally here, we'll have the main stitch, the stitch for the pocketing. So which one are we ripping open? We are going to rip open the main stitch from this first notch where we closed to the second notch where we closed. We are going to rip it off using our seam ripper. After ripping it off, you push it inside the wrong, and this is it on the good side. So can you see it here? I'm going to go iron it out and show us. Invisible. The wrong side is not showing anywhere outside. So the second one, right? Don't worry, I'll show you. This is it on the wrong side because it's an inseam finished outfit. You can't see the pocket on the wrong side, and on the right side as well it comes this way. Okay, then trying it on myself, this is it, looking all beautiful, all pretty. Okay, so I'm going to put my hands in the pockets. Can you see the fitting? So this is it when the pocket is 2 inches below the waist. It's comfortable. Now raising it above the waist, you should know, believe with me, that it's going to be uncomfortable. Your hands will be too folded, you see. So this is what it actually looks like, the pockets with my hands in. Then when you bring out your hands from the pocket like this, it will cover up, it will close up like there is nothing there. Can you see that? Are you seeing it? That is where the name invisible came from. But the reality is you have a pocket there, you remove your hands, it's closed up, put your hands, there is a hole for you to do that. So I equally have a tutorial on this channel on how I cut and made this outfit. I used an elastic of 1 inch at the upper part, and for this strap here, it can be styled differently. I equally made the outfit using inseam finishing. If it's something you would want to learn, it is the video directly below this one. Check the video below this one. I will equally try to attach it in the description box. So guys, thank you for staying with me, thank you for watching. Don't forget, subscription is 100% free. Support me by subscribing to the channel, and please turn on your notification bell to be the first person to know when next I upload a video. Please don't leave without liking, don't leave without leaving a positive comment, share, and thank you for watching. Have a nice day. Bye.